Greetings everybody and welcome back to WagerTalk TV. This is Pavlos to break down the second leg of the Champions League semi-final between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. This is on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I got some player props for you. I got some corners picks for you. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with any plays, really. It's a semi-final of the biggest European competition. I'm just here to just break down some numbers. Just mention some really good opportunities, betting opportunities that have risen in this game, and I hope we will win some money together. Now I have a Monday soccer 3-pack with 3 selections in the EPL, the La Liga, and in Argentina. Some really good matches there. So if you watch this in time, head over to my page at wt.buzz/pl. You'll find that package. As well as my 5% Europa League max bet. It's been a while since I've had a 5% in the Europa League. 2-1 with those in the last 3, and 3-3 in 2026. Not great, not terrible, but I think this one is going to be a winner. So you can also find that at wt.buzz/pl. And of course we have discounted passes for 7, 30, 90 and 365 days of soccer. And of course if you buy the 90 or 365 days, you'll also get all my World Cup plays. So onwards to our breakdown, we got Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, 3 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Arsenal minus 290 to qualify, Atletico Madrid plus 239. So I mean, you either pick Arsenal to qualify in a parlay or something. I don't like it as a straight bet. Or if you want to go for value, Atletico Madrid at plus 239 is value, although it might not be that easy. Now for regulation, Arsenal are minus 156 favorites at home. The draw is at plus 300. Atletico Madrid plus 450 underdogs. The spread is set at 1 and the total is set at 2.5 goals. Now the two teams played for a 1-1 draw in the first leg in Madrid. We cast both tickets in that game, a half win in our 3% side bet on Atletico plus a quarter of a goal, and a full win on our plus 240 penalty kick. Now let's see how to make money in this game. Now firstly, I think the odds here are pretty well placed. I mean, it's extremely hard to go against Arsenal at home. Despite the recent struggles, they did produce a very convincing win on the weekend versus Fulham, a testament of how good and how better they are at home. Now, still tired, still banged up, but it's hard to go against them. Now, what are the books saying with this line? They're saying that that Arsenal will win, might be with just 1 goal. So if you take Arsenal minus 1, you might get a push. If you get Atletico Madrid plus 1, you might also get a push. I don't have a lean on the side here, guys. I mean, Arsenal, they can flip the script. They can like open the switch and just be really good at home. Although, you know, they've had a long season. They had their ups, then their downs, their psychological, you know, problems or whatever. But you know, that 3-0 win against Fulham on the weekend, on the weekend, might be the spark that they need at this point in time. And Atletico Madrid, you know, I want them to qualify. I want them actually to win the Champions League. Again, I'm a Real Madrid fan, but you know, I just love a good, you know, like a good storyline. And Atletico Madrid winning the Champions League would be a good storyline. It makes me feel good in my heart, but how I feel in my heart has nothing to do with betting. So I'm staying away from sides. Maybe, just maybe, I'm gonna have and I'm really straightforward with this one. Maybe just a small stake bet on the draw at plus 300. Again, it's a semi-final of the biggest club competition in the world, and a draw sends this match to extra time. Maybe Atletico have what it takes. However, you're gonna say, dude, they just lost 4-0 at home in this venue earlier in the group stage. Well, Arsenal were totally different back then. They were healthier, they were in form. Atletico Madrid weren't so invested in the Champions League per se. Plus, they made Simeone cry, and he doesn't forget. He will try to punish you. So, I just don't like sides here, guys. I'm going straight to some player props, and I know these are widely available. I'm going with Gyökeres to score anytime. Actually, I like the prop bet that FanDuel have. Gyökeres to score anytime, including extra time, plus 130. If you can't find that, just pivot to Gyökeres anytime, plus 150. It's 20 cents better, but you don't get the extra time. So this could go to extra time, right? So you want to have this player locked in because he's probably, unless there is an injury or something, he's gonna play in the extra time. So he scored in both head-to-heads versus Atletico Madrid this season. He scored 2 and 1 goals respectively. He's a lethal striker, needs no introductions. He doesn't need many shots to score. Plus, he's the designated penalty kick taker. So if there's a penalty for Arsenal, he's gonna shoot it. So pretty good value there. I'm going Gyökeres to score anytime, including extra time. Plus 130 again. If you only have for regulation, just drop. For example, I'm thinking 2 units on Gyökeres to score in time, including extra time. If you only have regulation, just drop it down to 1 unit, because again, you're just getting 30 minutes of fewer playing time. Now going to the second prop, I'm going for Arsenal's Zubimendi or Thubimendi. 2+ fouls, plus 130 at FanDuel. Pretty good odds. If you ask me, he had 2+ fouls in both head-to-heads versus Atletico Madrid, had 2+ fouls in 6 of 11 matches in the Champions League this season, and he also had 1+ foul in 9 of 11, so he does foul. He fouled more than twice in 6 of 11. Not great, not terrible. So his 2+ fouls are at plus money, plus 130 actually, so definitely worth a shot here. And he had 2+ fouls in 4 of the 5 away matches in the Champions League. So I think it's pretty good value here. Actually, no, that's not wrong. That's not correct. But yeah, 2+ fouls at plus 130. I mean, yeah, he's a Spanish player. Also, he's had his beef with Atletico Madrid in the past when he was a Real Sociedad player. So yeah, I definitely see him fouling twice at plus 130. Definitely worth a unit. Again, guys, I don't have a big play in this match. I'm gonna split like 2, 3, 4 units in smaller bets, backed by stats, see if they hit. Now, for the third one, I'm going Hansko, the center back or left back for Atletico Madrid, 1+ shot, minus 105. Now, he took 2 and 1 shots respectively in the 2 head-to-heads versus Arsenal this season. He had 1+ shots in 8 of 11 Champions League matches this season. And I'm leaving out the Barcelona game where he did start, but he only played 30 minutes. He got subbed. So again, this is a situation where there's a very good chance Arsenal are leading at some point. Atletico getting desperate and unable to pierce that very solid defense. That's where these peripheral players come into play, and they try some shots, like Molina that I'm gonna mention afterwards. So we also saw something similar in the 2 head-to-heads versus Leverkusen, where Arsenal won. Actually, they had a 1-1 draw in the first leg on the road, and in the second leg at home, Leverkusen, couldn't break through, and we saw all 3 of their center backs get a shot each. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hansko had a shot here. So Hansko, 1+ shot, minus 105, definitely worth a shot. Now I got somewhat of a long shot. I actually got 3 possible plays on this guy. I think I'm gonna get the biggest odds, just see if it sticks, and I'm not even sure he's gonna start. Now here's what I'm thinking. Nahuel Molina, 1+ shot on target from outside the box is plus 900 at DraftKings if he starts. Now he's not a regular starter, and he's usually subbed in later in the game. He plays as a right back or as a right midfielder, and for whatever reason, this guy just realized that he can shoot from afar. Like, he's got a mean shot, and he's not exactly a guy that gets a lot of shots, but in quite a few occasions lately, he tried shots from like between the halfway line and the penalty, like it's a pretty long distance from there to the goal. And they were pretty good shots. Actually, one of them hit the crossbar once, so which is not on target, by the way. But again, not sure if he starts. There is a very good chance Arsenal might be leading at some point in the game, which could make Atletico players desperate, and desperate times call for desperate measures. And just for context, Molina had 7 shots all season. I'm not talking on target, I'm talking shots. Just to paint a picture of what happened with this guy. I don't know what happened, but for whatever reason, he had 7 shots in the, from August to February. That's 6 months, 5-6 months. But since then, he's taken 14 shots, like twice as many shots in a third of the time. So, in the first leg, he was subbed in for just 9 minutes. In the first leg against Arsenal, he blasted a shot from outside the box, although not on target. But, just to get 1 plus shot, Nahuel Molina is minus 180. I don't like that price, even if he starts. I mean, I'm just, again, I want to go for a long shot, see if it happens. I would wait for lineups to come out prior, I guess like 90 minutes prior to game time. So what, the game is at 3 p.m. Eastern, so around 1:30 p.m. Eastern, just check the lineups. If Molina starts, he's definitely worth investing in some of these props. So Nahuel Molina, 1 plus odds, minus 180. I don't like it, but could happen. Nahuel Molina, 1 plus shot on target, doesn't have to be from outside the box, could be a header, could be anything. He's plus 240. I still don't like that too much. I mean, it's pretty low, to be honest, at least for my standards. Now, Nahuel Molina, 1 plus shot on target from outside the box is plus 900. If he starts, definitely worth a shot. Now, I have a corners play, actually 2 corners plays. I'm not right off the bat, I'm not a corners guy, right? And actually I'm pretty bad at it. I've only tried corner kicks in like 4 or 5 occasions. I failed miserably. I'm just looking at numbers and something just caught my eye. Now, comparing the 2 head-to-heads between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid this season, and this was a really eye-popping stat. Atletico Madrid got the most corners in both matches, even in their 4-0 loss to London, which actually kind of makes sense because they were pushing just to get something from that game. Again, it's quite peculiar. Arsenal are known for getting many corner kicks and being one of the fan favorites to bet on corners. Again, I'm not a corners guy. This stat is a double-edged sword in the sense that on one hand you might think that Arsenal can lose the corners battle against the same team 3 times in a row, but on the other hand, I mean, maybe Atletico's style just doesn't suit Arsenal or doesn't fit. So again, I don't know, but here are some corner bets just to mention a few. Now, Arsenal to get the most corners is minus 390. Do you like that price? I do not like that price. However, Atletico Madrid to get the most corners is plus 450 at DraftKings, plus 450, and at FanDuel I think it's the same price. Draw at corners, which means that the 2 teams to get an equal amount of corners in regulation, is at a whopping plus 850. So again, I'm not a good or a big corners guy. There is no value in that minus 390 for Arsenal. I might throw some small stake bets like, I don't know, maybe 1% on Atletico at plus 450 and half a unit on the draw at plus 850, again in corner kicks, right? So for something seemingly safer, Atletico Madrid plus 2.5 corner kicks is even money, plus 100 at DraftKings. Might also be worth a shot, but again, guys, I tried corners. I think I won like one of my 6 or 7 bets. I'm not a good corners guy, but I just saw this stat. I wanted to share it with you guys. Let's see if the same thing happens for the 3rd game in a row between these 2. So just a small proposition bet. Atletico Madrid most corners plus 450. Draw in corners plus 850. This method only makes sense if you take both these things, or if you find for some reason if you find Atletico Madrid to have an equal amount or more corner kicks, I would go with that one. So there you have it. I know you might be waiting for like a strong 5% play or a big lean. I don't have a big lean, guys. I'm always honest with you. I'm just looking at stats, trying to make sense of the numbers and basically trying to predict the future, right? So let's do it. Actually, before I recap, I want to invite you guys to like and subscribe to our channel. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this game. I have a 5% Europa League max bet loaded for Thursday. And of course, the rest of the Thursday plays are going to be included in that package. So you can find all those and discounted passes for soccer in wt.buzz/pl. Onwards to our recap. Let's go with some player props. I like Gyökeres to score anytime, including extra time, plus 130. If you can't find that, just go with Gyökeres anytime at plus 150. I like Zubimendi, 2 plus fouls, plus 130 at FanDuel. Pretty good value there as well. Moving on to Hansko, 1 plus shot, not on target, just a shot, minus 105. Then I got my long shot on Nahuel Molina, 1 plus shot on target from outside the box, plus 900 at DraftKings, if he starts. If he doesn't start, you can always live bet this, right? He's gonna come like in the last 20-30 minutes, maybe last 10 minutes, the prices on his shot on target are gonna be massive, and his shot as well. If you can, follow me on Twitter at Poli_WT. I'll be live tweeting this game, so if the opportunity arises, we might make some money together. And a couple of long shots in the corners. Again, disclaimer, I'm a bad capper for corners. I just don't get them. But the numbers are pretty weird. Atletico Madrid, most corners plus 450, and a draw in corners plus 850. Let me know in the comments how you're betting this game. Good luck. God bless.